Final 9 holes here in the 2015 Maple Hill Open. Sit back and enjoy the show as Gregg Barsby and Ricky Wysocki have hunted down Paul McBeth, and they're trying to get past him. This is Barsby on the tee with a Champion Banshee. It does say Pro Line on it, however, most of you would refer to it as a Champion Edition these days. Paul McBeth with a Mako 3. Found himself in a similar position he's been the last few days. Wysocki with a Felon. Putting himself in great position right there. And David Wiggins with a CE AVR. All this crazy wind, I believe that was a Proto Star Excalibur, first run. And Wysocki's forehand is up there, but to the right-hand side. McBeth in a slightly better position than he's been the previous 2 days. However, shot is low with his Star Destroyer. He certainly could have used more height on that. It is either a Boss or a Scorpius. I believe that might be a Boss by Gregg Barsby. You can see the wind is just whipping. Look at those flags on the upper left-hand side. Ricky taking all of his time here, understandably so. That wind is ridiculous as it is going to be pushing at his back. He's going to make sure to give it plenty of air. And he tickles some chain. Thankfully, doesn't go too far past, stays up on top. This should be a routine putt for McBeth. Paul taking a little more time than normal. And the wind lifts it and pushes him past the basket. McBeth not accounting for somewhat of a wind lift, or he did, and it just simply didn't do what he was expecting. Some of our camera angles may get a little shaky as Wiggins puts in for an awesome 3. Our cameraman AJ Risley had an umbrella zip tied to the camera, and McBeth comes up short, hitting the basket. He's going to card a 4 there. Correction, a 5 there. Barsby with a solid shot. He's going to card the 3. Wysocki taking a 4. And the gap between them is going to grow just a little bit here. McBeth looking to unleash some frustration, but Barsby and Wiggins both take 3s. The birdie, Wysocki with a 4, and McBeth with a 5. This is a Star Boss. Gregg Barsby looking to get on it. Wind pushing from right to left at this point. And Wiggins, who had busted out in a huge 360 drive the previous day, going a little bit more conventional. Still a huge drive here by Wiggins. Wysocki with an amazing amount of power. He's going to also look to play the wind a little bit, but as you can see, it just pushes up and down somewhat inconsistently throughout the flight path. We'll see that on a number of shots. Wind just kind of taking the disc wherever it wants. I believe I had made a remark earlier that this was the Green Driver Club. All 4 players throwing a shade of green. Nothing more than a interesting side note. And Wysocki right on line, however short, trying to punch through the gap to attack the green. And Barsby shot perfectly executed. Any professional will take that shot any day of the week out here on hole number 11. McBeth comes up short. If you haven't been able to tell by the front nine, McBeth certainly off of his game here today. Obviously the wind affecting players, but seems as if he is just off. Wysocki with a long jumper. This is Barsby for birdie 3. Count it. Wiggins with no problems. And Wysocki and McBeth will both be taking a par 4 here. 785 foot, hole number 11. Gregg Barsby currently with a 1-stroke lead right now over Ricky Wysocki and 5 over McBeth. This hole is all about position. Gregg Barsby seems to have put himself in a pretty good spot right there. That's exactly what you're looking to do here on hole number 12's tee. 12 comes in just short of 700 feet. Wiggins taking a little extra time as he can try to adjust for the wind that's out there. This is somewhat of a lower point down off of the hilltop, so the winds that are swirling around there, especially up against the tree line, are a little different than what you'll see on the next hole.
Yep. Oh yeah. Hook up, hook up. Oh yeah.
Moving the gallery is Wiggins with his big throw.
Thank you.
And Ricky crushes his drive. Again, it's all about placement. If you finish too far left, you may not be in a good position to get up and down, but that seemed to be a very solid drive. And McBeth throwing what I believe is a Star Destroyer. He knew right out of his hands that was not perfectly executed. Barsby's going to chase down his forehand. That looks to be right where he wants, except for he could use a little more left. However, he's happy about it, and he should be. McBeth with a standstill backhand. And off in the distance there, that's Ricky Wysocki's tee shot. He's fighting through the woods on the left-hand side. Anytime you can throw a disc this far here on hole number 12, you're doing something very right. Unfortunately, it's going to take him 2 shots to get down to the pin. Wiggins letting one slip there. And Wysocki almost cashing in the birdie. Barsby with the sweet tap in. That is hole number 12. Up the hill, down the tunnel, very challenging par 4. Barsby and McBeth both with birdie 3s, Wysocki and Wiggins with 4s. Beautiful flip-up shot here by Gregg Barsby. You see the wind and the rain coming across the view there. It is less than pleasant at this point. I will say the rain wasn't as heavy as it could have been. McBeth throwing a Rock Pro 3. McPro Rock 3, Rock 3 Pro Mick. Something like that. And a slight turnover that is heading down toward the basket. That should give him a birdie look from there. McBeth is currently 2-less at this point in the round. And Wiggins' shot is floating and carrying over nicely. A little bit of a turn the whole way. Almost a slight fade. We saw Ricky throwing forehands earlier in the week on this hole. I believe that is a mid-range of sorts. Get a little tree love on that right-hand side. He'll take it. And McBeth's drive had carried off and to the right. He's got really no chance at that. He's just looking to lay it up. Wysocki from probably just inside 50 feet. And he chases it down. What a putt by Ricky Wysocki here on hole number 13. He is pumped, giving a little love to the gallery. This is Barsby off in a distance behind the basket. Somewhat shocking he hadn't hit a tree earlier to stop him and get closer. And Wiggins letting a birdie opportunity slip right past him here on 13. McBeth has cleanup duty here on 13 for his par. And with Barsby and McBeth, with Barsby and Wysocki continuing to birdie, McBeth's going to need to get something going here if he's got any chance at catching these two. Barsby's in. He's looking at his line wondering how in the world some tree did not stop him before he got to his position. That's exactly what he's thinking. How did he get buried so deep past the basket? Barsby 1-stroke lead over Wysocki. And Barsby has 5 on McBeth. And that is carried off to the left. Very safe position. As if this hole isn't dangerous enough. These guys are playing it here in the final round with just a few holes to play. Barsby shot is deep. And then it kicks back. Woo! That's going to leave him with a little bit of a death putt.
Cool, Gregg.
And McBeth, who was flirting with the water the previous day, gave it more than enough power. And he's going to be deep, also looking at a death putt from further out than Gregg Barsby. That was Wiggins laying it up. Not sure what happened to Wiggins' tee shot, but that was his layup from there. McBeth knows he needs this. And a swing and a miss. That effectively ending any chance of Paul McBeth winning this tournament. He knew he had to run at it. He was down enough strokes to both Barsby and Wysocki, and a par was simply not going to help him. Paul McBeth has relinquished any chance here of winning. This is officially a two-horse race with Barsby and Wysocki. Boom! Wysocki with an unbelievable putt. Putting the pressure right back on Gregg Barsby. Ricky Wysocki with possibly the best putt of the weekend. Let's see how Barsby can respond. Barsby is in. Paul McBeth with a smile on his face. Paul is a fan of the game and of disc golf. He knows he is out of the tournament. However, giving some props to his buddy Gregg Barsby. After Barsby answers Wysocki's huge putt, McBeth's tapping in for a bogey 4. He's pretty much going to be a spectator, it looks like, because he knows it is a two-horse race. Gregg Barsby and Ricky Wysocki just one stroke apart with 4 to go. Wysocki catching the tree on the left-hand, correction, that would be the right-hand side of this fairway. I believe Barsby gets the exact same tree, almost in the exact same spot. We're going to have some recovery to do. The wind is blowing around our cameraman and the umbrella attached to him. After the 3 on hole 14, Wiggins. What a perfect drive by David Wiggins. It is birdie land all day. And Paul McBeth has had this hole dialed in all weekend and looks no different here on this drive. This 350-foot tunnel shot with a slight fade to the left. Wysocki with a up and down here. That should be no problems for the 3. This is Barsby's shot. Oh, just at the basket, and it's going to skip deep there. And this is Gregg Barsby from where his shot landed. Although he had landed initially right next to the basket, it skipped at least 40 feet away. And what's even worse is he has very little look at the basket from there. He had spent a considerable amount of time trying to stretch out, figure out which way he could possibly pick an alley and putt at this. And his save is high and left. This is McBeth. And off the chain again. He's going to remain two-less on that missed putt. Wysocki is in for the par. He's going to be picking up strokes here on the rest of his card. Well, except for Wiggins, who's taking the easy 2. McBeth just simply tapping in for the 3. Again, he is completely out of this event at this point, barring a miracle on his behalf or a collapse by the other 2 players, which we just don't see at this level. High tree, which gets a double kick and puts Wiggins basically back in the fairway, or just off center of fairway. Wysocki with a great shot Filters all the way down. He's going to be on the edge of the woods, looking at a long putt from there. Barsby's lining up his forehand. And that flips up, catches a tree, and then finishes short and left. He's about equidistant as Wiggins. However, he's on the left side of the fairway. McBeth with a Star Destroyer, which hits off a tree and carries to the right. Barsby exploring all options. This is a very challenging approach shot for him. You cannot see the pin as it is in front of him, however, blind, and that's off to the left. That was a DX Eagle, I believe. Trusty Eagle by Gregg Barsby. David Wiggins taking his time, make sure he's got a good stance. Parts of the country would refer to this as a patent pending, and executed very nicely. I was looking for that to sit down. That may have carried a little deep on him.
Nice shot.
We are here with Paul McBeth's approach shot. Comes up a little bit short. Ricky Wysocki's drive is short of the pin, but he's got a look. Good run by Wysocki. He's going to have an easy tap-in three. Gregg Barsby here. He has gone deep and left. I think he's got a little obstruction by the tree you can see in your top right. And he comes up just short, right off the front of the basket. That was right on line. And after that standstill had traveled more than 300 feet. This is Wiggins for three. And just a bit off. Wysocki's going to have a quick tap in. He's been taking that jacket off and on depending on which shot he's throwing and how much power he needs. Wiggins is in easily. He's going to card a 4, as will Gregg Barsby. Barsby giving up 2 strokes in the last 2 holes to Ricky Wysocki. Hole 17 is a huge turnover shot. You want to fade just like Wysocki's shot was doing. And it was a perfect drive. McBeth throwing a Star Destroyer.
Sit down, sit down.
And he gets caught up. Quickly move over here to David Wiggins throwing a solid turnover shot. Gets a little skip off of a low-hanging tree branch and carries forward nicely. And Barsby was just a bit off on the stability. A little too much finish there on Barsby's drive. He deliberated quite a while before taking this stance and this angle. And he doesn't have much from there, so that is where he's going to end up for his 3rd shot. Leaping forward jump putts by McBeth as well as Wysocki. Barsby's got a little turnover. That shot's more difficult than most would think it is. Slightly uphill, turnover, a little over 100 feet. Wiggins content to just lay it up. And after going deep on his second shot, McBeth's able to save the par. Wysocki excited, a little fist pump. He picked up another stroke here on Barsby. That means he's going to have 2 strokes going into the final hole. Wiggins with the easy 3. Wysocki with 2 over Barsby, 4 over Paul McBeth, and I believe 14 over David Wiggins. So again, final hole comes down to Wysocki and Gregg Barsby. Wysocki knows that if he can just card the par 4 here, he should be in good position. If Wysocki can take a 4, that would force Gregg Barsby to eagle to it, which I have yet to see in my 5 years of visiting this event. I think it's been done, but I've yet to see it. Nice turnover shot by McBeth. And Wiggins with a little extra grunt. I'm going to put a little more on it. And Barsby right where he needs to be, maybe just a bit short. He actually had a conversation with the PDGA. He comes up short. He was speaking with the PDGA live scoring rep that was there. I believe that was Michael Downs at the moment, discussing as to what he needed to do. He wasn't positive of the scores, but once he learned that he was down 2, he knew that he had to run that. Especially after Barsby being OB, Wysocki can play it even safer. I think he was playing that for a 4 from the get-go. McBeth's big drive allows him for a very short forehand there. This is Wiggins' drive, which rarely do you see anyone get it this far up the fairway. This is for eagle 2. And the gallery likes it. And Gregg Barsby needed that for a 4. Ricky Wysocki here just needs to get on the green. He's got a few strokes to give. Of course, the crowd is into it. Paul McBeth taps out. He's going to finish in 3rd place. As these wrap up, you'll hear the live on-site interview that I gave with Ricky Wysocki. You'll get the abridged version and then a little extra. Solid weekend by David Wiggins. Stiff competition by Gregg Barsby.
Ricky Wysocki!
that wall did not stop you this year. Tell us about it.
Yeah, you know, in the back of my mind, it really, you know, during that round, you know, I hate to say it, but I was thinking about it, and I actually used it to my advantage. I told myself, I said, I want to have at least 2 strokes on this hole this year, so there's no deja vu this time.
Gregg Barsby came out firing hard today, catching up strokes on both you and Paul McBeth. You guys were going back and forth. Do you feel like there was ever a turning point?
Yeah, I mean, the putt I hit on 13 towards the water, you know, Barsby had all the momentum going into that hole, and I knew I had to do something. You know, I couldn't just coast into the 18th hole here. And once I hit that putt, it fired me up, and I was able to keep my momentum rolling all the way until this hole.
Hole 14, the fight you're talking about was at least 7 feet of water directly behind it. Who in the world runs that putt?
Well, you know, I was just feeling that I had made a same distance putt on the hole previous. And, you know, I told my caddy, he was asking me what I'm doing. I didn't even say anything to him. I just stepped up and I was feeling it. I just made it.
All right, Ricky Wysocki, anything you need to say to all your fans and friends and family out there?
Well, I just want to thank Latitude 64, my sponsor, for getting a disc that sticks on his 18th green for months.
Yeah! Proud of you, Ricky! Ladies and gentlemen, that is Ricky Wysocki. We're going to go let you get your scorecard turned in. We don't want to miss that. Congratulations. There again is your champion here at the Maple Hill Open. That is Ricky Wysocki.
Thank you.
Go get your scorecard done. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, an exciting finish.
The honor, the first one, big and bold, take up the rest of the space. Great job, man. Great.
Guys, just hang on
Turn in your card, please.
1 minute, please. Let the scores happen first.
Yeah, I'm a scorer.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you very much, man.
Oh,
Scores happen
already.
Hey, down. Dodge wants all the staff to meet him up there.
Got the memo.
Okay.
Come on, yeah, we do.
You got to do
Do a copy flop.
Take out your phones, your wallets, your phones.
You gotta take your shorts in there or no? Go in your shoes.
Hold on, you're supposed to go farther.
No way. Pick a good spot.
This is the
Where at?
rock set.
Over the rock right here. It says over the rock. Over the rock.
I'll go to the side of it.
Madison, you got that towel ready?
In the shoes.
One at a time or together? 1, 2, 3.
Rick's loving it.
Oh, I still can't touch. Holy. Was that Kale?
No! That's on video.
Kale, that was Kale. You're the only person I'll forgive.
Come back in,
Extension, Rick.
like that.
Wait till I show you this pic.
One more belly flop.
Here's the one going on the front page.
Oh, shit, dude.
Time.
Just do it. Just forget about the towel. You're not ready for that towel yet. You're not ready for it. Let's go. Triple belly flop.
You are the champion, dude. Triple belly flop. Congratulations to Ricky Wysocki, as well as our women's champion, Paige Pierce.